Who wants to book a cheap flight in 2025? I know I want to book a cheap flight in 2025, and I'm pretty sure you do too. That's why you clicked on this video. So in today's video, I'm going to help you find the best possible deal for your next flight. Now, I can't believe 2025 is already approaching, and I know I want to do a lot of travel next year because if you know anything about me, I do travel content here on YouTube. I go see different places, I try different food, I show you the best spots to go. And for me to do that, I need to book flights, and I want to get the best deal on these flights. So I'm going to show you the secrets and tips I've been using for the past couple of years to get great deals on flights. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting off with number one, the first way that I recommend for you to find cheap flights is to start doing your research on Google Flights. Now, everyone knows about Google Flights. It is such a great tool. I've been using it for so many years. So let's just say I wanted to go from Toronto to Orlando, Florida. I would go on Google Flights and I would type Toronto to Orlando. I would put in my dates and I would hit submit, and then I would see all the different airlines prices and which airlines are offering this route. Now, I would check it as a round trip, and I also would check it as one-way flights. Now, one thing I want to share with you is recently I have been booking almost all my flights as one-way flights because I've been finding that a lot cheaper than booking round trips. So on a trip I did last summer, I went from Toronto to London. I booked it one way because it was super cheap, and then I price tracked the way back home from London to Toronto. I waited for that price to drop, and then I went and booked it once the price fell significantly. So price tracking is another great feature, and I recommend you use that while utilizing one-way flights because that's going to help you find cheaper prices on Google Flights. Now, if you just want an excellent deal on a flight and you don't really care too much about the destination, you're super flexible, you can also use the Explore tool on Google Flights where you type in the city that you are departing from, and it gives you all the prices to every city around the world. And you can actually find the best deal for you if you just want to travel, get going, see a different city you've never been, and go for a really great price. Now, tip number two, when you're ready to book your flight, one thing I want you to check is I want you to go to the airline's website, but do it for multiple countries. So I fly a lot from Toronto to Mexico City using Air Canada, and a lot of the times I go to Air Canada's Mexico website and book the flight instead of Air Canada's Canadian website, because for some reason, when you change the country of the airline's website, the price can actually get cheaper a lot of the times. So I recommend if you are flying internationally to change the country on the website, and once you do that, see if the price changes. Another cool tip I want to share with you is you can also change the currency on some of these websites, and changing the currency can also change the price as well. Maybe they give you a better rate than the bank. Maybe when you just change the currency, they change it on their own back end. I've seen that work as well. So also try playing around with the currency too. Okay, I know this can be quite confusing, so I wanted to jump on the computer and give you a real live example of this. So I'm just going to search Toronto to Newark, New Jersey, and I'm going to see the price that it gives me. So it's going to give me a total price of $247 Canadian. I am on the Canadian website using Canadian dollars. I'm going to switch it to their American website using US dollars and see if there is actually a price difference and which website is better to book the ticket on. So I just switched it up and I got a grand total of $165 US. So now I'm going to convert that into Canadian dollars. So I'm going to go to my trusty calculator, and that is 233 Canadian dollars. So you are saving about $14 per ticket because it did cost you $247 Canadian when we searched on the Canadian United website using Canadian dollars. Third way to save a lot of money on your next flight is to get a travel credit card. I do have the Aeroplan travel credit card, and I use it for all my purchases, and I earn double Aeroplan points on gas and groceries. And that's really helped us book a lot of flights for cheaper because we use those points to book the flights. And all you have to pay when you use points is just paying for the tax of the flights and the fees, which isn't that much compared to the actual ticket price. So if you fly a lot with American Airlines, Delta, Air Canada, WestJet, find out which loyalty system they have, find out if they have a credit card attached to it, get that credit card, start using it on all your purchases, and you're going to gain a lot of points just using that credit card on everyday items, and that's really going to help you afford cheaper flights because you're going to use those points. It's going to be discounted to free. You're just going to pay the tax and fees, and you're going to be going on vacation for really cheap. Suggestion number 4 is to use a website called ITA Matrix. This is very similar to Google Flights, but can also pull up different flights that Google can't find. I also use it as a backup. I have been able to find some great flight prices on here. Now, one thing to know about ITA Matrix is you can't book directly on the website. Like Google Flights gives you the link, and then you click on it and you go to the airline's website and you can book. With ITA Matrix, you find the best deal, and then you go to the airline's website and you go search from there and find the same prices that ITA Matrix gave you, but on the airline's website. And the 5th and final way to find cheap flights is a tip I always tell everyone. It is to book your flights in advance. At least book your flight, I would say, 6 months in advance, because the prices then are a lot cheaper. The closer you get to the date, it's more likely the price is just going to keep going up and up and up. We usually travel every summer in June or July or August, and we always book our flight in January because we know, especially for the summer season, the closer you get to the start of the season, the higher the price is going to be. And you don't want that. You don't want to wait till last second and see the price has skyrocketed. So always book at least 6 months in advance. That's the best advice I can give to you. Now, there always is a small chance right before departure, the flight price can always drop because they haven't sold enough seats. But for that to happen, it's not very common. It is kind of like gambling. If you are going to wait till the day before to book your ticket to fly or 2 days before, I don't recommend it. Play it safe. Book 5-6 months in advance. You're going to get the best deal possible. If it does drop, I would be surprised. But booking 6 months in advance has never failed me, so I don't think it would ever fail you. So I always recommend booking early. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know in the comments below where you are looking for a cheap flight from. And let me know if you found this video helpful. I hope it does help you on your next flight. I know if you do follow these tips, you are going to get it a lot cheaper because it's been working for me. And if it's been working for me, it's going to work for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. Besides that, I hope you found some value in this, and I hope you get a great deal on your next flight. See you later. Go explore, Matt. Out.